Something fairly remarkable happened today. So Donald Trump has been demanding that the state of Indiana redraw their congressional maps in a way that would give Republicans a 9-0 advantage among the state's congressional delegation for the House of Representatives. Several state senators had said they would not do that. And those state senators were subject to all kinds of harassment, threats, death threats. 6 or 7 of them were swatted by SWAT teams when people would call in fake crimes, violent person with a gun, and the entire SWAT team responds to your house. But Republicans in the state House drew up a bill that would do what Donald Trump wanted them to do. It passed the Indiana State House, excuse me. Today, that vote failed in the Senate, and 21 Republicans in the state Senate joined Democrats to defeat the measure, and it failed. One of the Republicans who opposed the measure was Senate President Pro Tem, a guy named Rod Bray. And shortly after the new map failed, Donald Trump took questions in the Oval Office where one reporter asked for his reaction. The reporter asked the following: in Indiana just a few minutes ago, the Senate rejected the congressional map to redistrict the state. A number of Republicans voted against that redistricting effort. You have spent a lot of time talking about this. The Vice President, J.D. Vance, traveled to Indiana. What is your reaction? Trump responded by saying the following. He starts out the way he always starts out. It's funny because I won Indiana all 3 times in a landslide. I wasn't working on it very hard. Would have been nice. I think we would have picked up 2 seats if we did that. This was all over 1 or 2 congressional seats. And if you have one gentleman, the head of the Senate, I guess, Bray, whatever his name is, I heard he was against it. He'll probably lose his next primary, whenever that is. I hope he's done, because he's done a tremendous disservice. I mean, think of it. It's a great place. I love the people there. He doesn't like anybody from Indiana. They love me. We won in a landslide all 3 times. Tremendous votes, record. I got record votes. And then there's no reason for doing that. And the Democrats do it to us, so I can't imagine they'd do it. But I wasn't very much involved. He was very, very much involved. But there's a man named Bray. I guess he's head of the Senate. Was that Bray? Is that the name? Bray? And I mean, I'm sure whenever his primary is, I think it's in 2 years. I'm not involved, but I know his primary is in 2 years. He'll go down, and I'll certainly support anybody that wants to go against him. Then there was another story along these same lines. The Lieutenant Governor of Indiana, Micah Beckwith, Republican, said the Trump administration threatened the state if the Republican-controlled legislature failed to gerrymander its congressional map. Let's see here. Before the vote took place, the Heritage Foundation issued a cryptic warning to Indiana lawmakers, posting the following on Twitter. President Trump has made it clear to Indiana leaders, if the Indiana Senate fails to pass the new map, all federal funding will be stripped from the state. This is a red state. This is a solidly red state that Donald Trump won 3 times. Heritage Foundation's post continued. Roads will not be paved. Guard bases will close. Major projects will stop. These are the stakes, and every no vote will be to blame. Then the Lieutenant Governor, Micah Beckwith, posted this on Twitter. The Trump administration was very clear about this. They told many lawmakers, cabinet members, the governor, and I that this would happen. The Indiana Senate made it clear to the Trump administration today that they do not want to be partners with the White House. The White House made it clear to them that they would oblige. So I think Micah Beckwith was on board with the redistricting and is probably also very upset that the state Senate said no. But imagine that. Imagine that. President Trump has made it clear to Indiana leaders if the Indiana Senate fails to pass the new map, all federal funding will be stripped from the state. All federal funding. Schools, colleges, farmers, SNAP benefits in a solidly red state. And I don't know if you've ever been to Indiana. It is cornfields and white people outside of Indianapolis and Fort Wayne. Really good drum shop in Fort Wayne. It's an incredibly white, incredibly Republican, incredibly red state. And Donald Trump's going to take all of their federal funding away over 2 House seats. Incredible.